Now, in the spirit of not wanting a woman who doesn't need you, at what point does she exhibit need rather than you just offering and her accepting?
Okay, what you mean by she don't need him? Break that down a bit further.
Well, this was something that I heard you say on a previous live. You said that you didn't want a woman who doesn't need you. I don't know exactly what you meant by that, but I wanted to
Okay,
get some clarification.
let's say financially, she's an entrepreneur making hypothetically, excuse me, 200,000 a year. Financially, I'm not on her level. However, what I can do is pay all the bills, and everything she makes can go into savings. So she had to need me as a man and not want me. She needs to need me. If she just wants me, I'm just a placeholder boyfriend. I'm a placeholder husband. She needs to need me to grow together. And unfortunately, when women start making a whole bunch of money, they be wanting a man, but they don't need a man, and that's the difference.
Is money like the pinnacle of what a woman can need a man for?
I would say yes. If I was, there's a bum on the street right now who can give you great conversation. He can rub your stink ass feet. He's an awesome guy. He got charisma. He's emotionally intelligent. He's all, but guess what? He's homeless.
But what if
So,
he's not homeless? What if he's just an average earner and like you maybe you make a little bit more than him?
so the even the average earner is still what most of them would not desire. Let's say a woman hypothetically is making 100,000 a year, hypothetically, and she says, "Mom, dad, sister, brother, cousin, friend, whoever it is, I'm dating Daryl, and Daryl is a manager at McDonald's making 50,000 a year." It's not 50,000 a year; it's Daryl's job title. Women are attracted to job titles.
Okay,
When they go
how
around,
does that translate
when
to
they, I say again, when they go around, hey, what? Okay, let me back up a second. When me and Scorp God are talking, hey, I met Judy. Oh, snap dog, good looking. Yo, what she look like? That's a man's conversation. When two women meet, when Samantha meets Cynthia, hey Cynthia, girl, I met Morel. Oh, girl, the first question, what does he do for a living? Would you agree or disagree?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't
And
know.
see, and that's the problem. We got to have a real conversation. When two women meet, girl, I met Morel. One of the first questions going to be asking is, what does he do for a living? And once you understand that, women are attached and they love job titles.
So in that case, the argument is that a woman needs a man for social standing.
Oh, that's a huge part of it. Yes, a huge
Okay.
part of it.
Okay.
Because if I was a garbage man making 100,000 a year, as great as that sounds, it's kind of hard to sell it to your family, your friends, or your inner circle. Girl, Morel's out in these streets throwing out garbage. Makes a whole bunch of money though. Girl, what you can do better, girl. You can do better. I know it sounds crazy, but wait, 1 second. For everybody in the chat right now, if I'm telling the truth, write a one in the chat. If I'm lying, write a two. I say it again. If I'm telling the truth, write a one in the chat. If I'm lying, write a two in the chat. A lot of women are they're attached to a man's job title, not his income per se. It's part of it too, but most importantly, his job title. Because when they brag about Morel is a retired Marine. I'm always attached to my job title as a retired Marine. I'm not a guy at McDonald's making fries.
Okay. I guess I can understand that. So it's the job title for social standing, but it's also his income level.
Yes, it's a combination of both. I would say of the two, the job title is way more important than the finances.
Okay.